VeChain Power Slap 12, Quinones versus Bordeaux 2, presented by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. This is what we've all been waiting for. The main card, packed with so much goodness, has arrived. Here's a look at the main card presented by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of Power Slap. Heavyweights Dorian Perez and Pono Pao going to get us going. Paige VanZant, more focused than she's been ever before in Power Slap, set to face Las Vegas local Michael Michelle Brown. Our co-main event, Robert the Real Deal Trujillo taking on Dakota McGregor in the first ever lightweight title fight. The main event, it's the Puerto Rican pretty boy Isaiah Quinones and the butcher Brandon Bordeaux in a rematch for the middleweight title. And without any further ado, let's get back to work. Dorian Perez won the toss and will strike first against Pono Pao in our main card opener. One of the best heavyweight strikers on the planet, Dorian Perez has proven himself on the sport's biggest stage. All he needs now is a belt, and he hopes to get a second title shot by beating Pono Pao here at the Fontainebleau tonight.
While Damian DeBell still reigns supreme over the heavyweight division, a post he's held for nearly 2 years, a hungry host of contenders all want their shot at the champ, including the man who gave him his toughest fight to date, Dorian Perez, who returns tonight to face Hawaii's Pono Pao.
I'm going out there to make sure that I can also prove that I have technique and skill and mindset to be able to overcome this battle.
The rest of the heavyweight division should be very worried to get up to the top 3. When you're going against me, you find out what Power Slap is really about.
Just 1 point separated Dorian Perez and Damian DeBell on each of the 3 judges' scorecards in the Power Slap heavyweight title fight last December. And given such a razor-thin result, California's Perez believes an emphatic win over Pono Pao will put him back in a title fight sooner rather than later.
The rematch with Damian is coming. There's nobody that's been able to put him in as much danger as I have. So if I get those 2 that I pretty much missed on him, I put him out.
A key member of the Hawaiian invasion in Power Slap, Honolulu native Pono Pao cemented his place among the elite last year with knockouts of Devin Jenkins and Cooper Housley that have him champing at the bit for a title shot. And he could secure one with a win over Dorian Perez tonight.
I know Dorian wants a title shot, but he's got me in his way, and that's a big problem for him.
The Hawaiian assassin, Pono Pao, 36 years old, from Honolulu, Hawaii, currently living in San Diego. He smelled blood in his last match with Cooper Housley and got a first-round knockout in his first fight in front of a crowd.
Yeah, and when Pono Pao takes the stage tonight, guys, you might notice a bit of intensity in his eyes, and that's because he has a mental checklist now of minute details that affect everything about his performance on stage. His stance, he intends to check all of these off before any action takes place to really ready himself on defense, as he will be slapping second. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna see his opponent, make sure his heels are glued, hips against the podium, chin aligned, and he said doing this, breaking it down in this manner, really has helped him wonders. The Hawaiian assassin says he's got the warrior spirit, and tonight he is coming for his second straight knockout.
Yeah, he also said he's got a mad scientist type of brain. He said, I figure out all of my opponents. And regarding his opponent tonight, Dorian Perez, he said the biggest thing about Dorian is that he feeds off people's fear and doubt. Dorian tries to scare people and intimidate them. And I don't know if you know this, Dan, but Pono Pao isn't the type of guy that intimidates or scares easily. Last time out, a vicious knockout over Cooper Housley. Big, strong guy, knockout power. Got a little kiss on the way in as well.
Not a bad way to get things started. It is the most deliberate walkout we have seen so far tonight.
He definitely took his time.
And now the energy is back with Dorian Perez. I feel like I had to go to church for a minute with Pono Pau.
Well, now,
but disturbing the peace is back, isn't he? This guy, he's all about the energy. He's coming off a title fight with the bell. He went all 5 rounds last December at Power Slap 10. Just the second loss of his 3-year Power Slap career.
listen, no offense, Pono Pau, but I did feel like I was in church. Now I'm in the Wild West. Dorian Perez is walking out, one of the most entertaining guys in the heavyweight division. Last time we saw him, came really close to taking the belt, taking the title, but it wasn't meant to be. So that's what this is all about, redemption, becoming a contender again, getting another big, relevant win over somebody like Pono Pau. Now, speaking of his opponent, Pono, he said that he's a glass cannon. He fires a good shot, but he can't take it. One good crack, and you can smash him to bits.
Glass cannon, I like that. The tail of the tape brought to you by Estrella Jalisco on authentic Cerveza Dorado and the official beer of Power Slap. 9 years older is Pono Pau, both men 6'1". And the hand size goes to Pono Pau. It is Perez, the more experienced fighter, 5-2, coming in as the -175 favorite. Here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the power is on. Welcome to VeChain Power Slap 12, Quinones versus Bordeaux 2, presented by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. And for the first time ever, live and free across the globe on YouTube. This match is 3 rounds in the Power Slap heavyweight division and presented by Lucy, the official nicotine pouch of Power Slap. Introducing to you first in the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 253 1/2 pounds. Out of San Diego, California, he is a number 5 ranked heavyweight contender in the world. Pono, the Hawaiian assassin, Pau. And in the red corner, he stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 264 pounds. Out of San Isidro, California, he is a number 1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world. Dorian, disturbing the peace, Perez. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Chris Tione. Winner of the coin toss and striking first, Dorian Perez.
Dorian.
Lucy, nicotine pouches that slap.
All right, boys, come on. Here we go.
Dorian Perez in the red corner and Pono Pau. Both of these men with their sights set on a title shot. Perez, of course, looking to get back there after his most recent loss to the champ, Damien DeBell. Has a chance to end this and be one and done if he can do so on his first strike, which he has done once before against James Stonier back in 2023.
Stay there, don't move.
All right, so Dorian Perez gets the first shot. Oh, hold on.
Chris Tione
taking too long. He's holding that hand right on the face.
Okay. I need to reset it. Okay.
What was the issue?
Go ahead and reset.
I don't think they liked where Pono Pau was standing.
All right, boy. Perfect. Now, chin up. There you go. Stay right there. Okay. Sorry about that. We'll get it. Right on 3.
Right hand on
Mike
3.
Beltran, who's the second official here with Chris Tione, I think was finding his spot as well, and there he is in the right position. So here we go.
He is measuring well. He's had that hand on the face for a while. There's 1. We're going on 3. Wobbled him. Hurt him.
First shot.
Yep. Really good first shot. Kind of stumbled Pono Pau. Right on the button. That was great. And then look at it, just kind of drops just ever so slightly. There it is. I mean, he fell that one. That is a great start for Dorian Perez.
It's a beautiful start. Dorian Perez coming in with that 5-2 record, 1 no contest. He's never been knocked out. This guy has a chin of steel.
Powell's speaking to the Wolverine right now. Still looks a little dazed, if you ask me.
Well, and Wolverine doing what he does, telling him to take his time, but he has 7 seconds now. He has to step to the power slap table and get to work.
Stay side up, don't move. Okay, you're perfect.
Well, Dorian Perez has been in there with the champion, some of the heaviest hitters at heavyweight.
Must measure.
A lot of experience. You do start to wonder, all those blows on the chin, does it start to take its toll? But so far, the chin has stood up to the test every time.
Pono Powell with that unique windup does not do any damage to Dorian Perez on that first strike.
Look at him, Dorian Perez is not concerned one little bit, sticks his tongue out, starts waving his little thing around. You know, he loves it.
I mean, this guy worked on the Mexico border for a long time. I don't think he's worried about a little slap here and there.
Maybe not as busy these days down at the Mexico border.
I think you're probably right.
That's why he's doing power slap. He's like, I need a job. I've got nothing to do.
He did step away from that job for a while.
Yeah, well, that's why he's acting as well these days. He's doing a little bit of acting. He's putting in a show for us right now on the stage. He's got no one left to catch.
There you go. Good job. Okay, chin up.
Let's go!
Perez calling out Michael Bisping.
Well, we just locked in.
We
We made eye contact.
That's what you do.
So don't worry about me.
You've done it with many a man.
I love it. It's a good time. Let's go. Remember, wobbled Powell last time.
A little on the head from the power slap stick.
Powell took that no problem. That seemed like it wasn't the best shot. It's a little bit low. Nah, it wasn't low. It was just...
It depends on the angle. It's amazing how different these strikes can look depending on the camera angle, because that one looked low, but when you looked at the other one, it looked like it was just the follow-through that was low.
And sometimes just the slightest of angle changes can affect the person receiving the blow, how much it bothers them. Like the first one, there won't have been much difference in the power that Perez was swinging with that. But one tiny little angle, higher, lower, a slight tilt of the hand, the way it affects the placement on the jaw.
Fighter recovered. Where do you want me? Right there. Perfect. Chin is perfect. Stay right there. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Hand in count.
Right hand on one.
Right on one with the measure. Okay.
All right, Pono Powell going on one here in the second round. There's that.
The placement.
Again, almost a glance. They're like to bonk each other on the head. They're hugging.
And now it's all love as well.
We're even. We're even.
It looked like he caught him flush from that angle, but
yeah, I mean that was a good little shot there for Pono Powell. I love the way Dorian Perez just straight away taps him on the head.
how about your scorecard, Michael? You have it all tied up here as we enter the third round.
Yeah, one apiece. I mean, it was a massive opening shot for Dorian Perez. A little disappointed in round two, if I'm honest. Powell came back, leveled up the scorecard.
Fighter recovered.
Back to the power slap table. Here is Perez.
You got it.
Chin up.
Looking for the knockout here in round three.
Right there. Good job.
Everybody's looking for the knockout here in round three.
I loved you.
I love you too, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Right on three.
Nothing but love, though, Dan.
Did he just say I love you to Chris Taione?
Do you love me?
All right. Of course I love you.
No, thank you very much.
Love Charlie more.
Charlie, do you love me? Kiki. Let's go. Good shot.
Solid contact. Head bump.
You know, the first shot was kind of troubling. If you were in the corner of Pono Pau, definitely got wobbled. But rounds 2 and 3 took it no problem.
They said fair blow.
A little bit high, but Chris Taione says fair blow.
Do you want me to bring the doctor up?
I mean, to see that they hit me in the eye.
So Pau's calling for the doctor.
Well, he might be looking at the eye. We really see most of the competitors closing their eyes. You can see that left eye is a little glassy and it got raked. But it's dangerous to keep your eyes open because the follow through.
I'm going to still continue. It doesn't matter.
I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. He's going to throw one more shot for glory. Get the doctor out of there.
Now it's not exactly fair with a guy like you, as the warrior that you are. You know, that's fine. Who needs two eyes? I got one eye. Let's go.
Because you moved just slightly, that caused the thumb to hit you in the eye. Okay? That's what they just saw in the replay.
All right, discussion's ongoing.
So Perez has taken all 3 of his shots now, though, so he can't get hit again.
No.
You don't have to take no more. Unless they put a sudden damn death on this match, but shit.
So it should just be all about revenge here. I mean, there's no way you're going to bow out because you can't continue.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry. He's got the pedal.
And certainly, he can still get the knockout here.
What did your scorecard have going into this final round?
I had it 1 apiece going into round 3. That wasn't the best shot for Dorian Perez.
So this could be the deciding blow for Pono Pau.
Well, it is the deciding blow.
Indeed it is.
Stay right there.
Pono Pau with the pressure on, gets his eye raked, has a chance to win it here.
It is the final blow.
And take out the #1 contender in the heavyweight division.
Right on one.
Hit me, come on.
Come on, hit me. So come on, give me your best shot. Dorian Perez has a ridiculous chin.
Never been knocked out.
The punishment that he can take.
He's fought John Davis, Darius the Destroyer, Dwayne Crespo, Damian DeBell. Never been knocked out.
All the biggest hitters. Stood there, gone toe-to-toe, often gone to decisions. 5 rounds with Damian DeBell. Just went 3 rounds with Pono Pau, who has ridiculous power as well. And just every time, just took it, smiled, played along. Hardly moved his feet. But is it enough to get the victory? Because that's what we all come here for. He wants to be a champion again.
He wants another shot at the heavyweight champion, Damian DeBell. He faced him back in December, just a couple of months ago, lost a unanimous decision in a 5-round title fight. And he is anxious to get back there once again. Puts on the familiar cowboy hat, as we have seen so many times before. This is the 8th fight of his power slap career. And Pono Pau, you said it earlier, did a nice job after getting rocked in the first round.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be done, to be honest, because he was really badly wobbled in round 1, but then recovered perfectly and never seemed trouble again throughout the rest of the match. Now, it was 1-1 going into round 3. The big question is who had the better slap.
Let's find out.
3rd round.
Now for the official decision, brought to you by VeChain, the crypto token partner of Power Slap. Here's Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Weeks scores the match 29-28, Perez. Judge Camillo scores the match 29-28, Pau. Judge Bell scores the match 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Dorian, disturbing the
That was a close one.
Indeed it was. Dorian Perez gets the win, improves to 6-2-1, and perhaps earns himself a title fight. There is Holly Madison, the reality TV star.
Des Rocks for a power slap.
Des Rocks, the talented musician, and Patty the Batty, UFC lightweight in the top 15 in the house as well. These locker room shots brought to you by Wolfpack.com, which offers high performance, customizable bags and backpacks designed for those who are making their mark. Shop now at Wolfpack.com. Former UFC star Paige VanZant, unbeaten in her 2 previous power slap matches, but she tells us she's more focused than ever before and hoping to keep that family momentum going after her husband Austin Vanderford's recent win in his UFC debut. Speaking of debuts, Michael Michelle Brown already took down one former UFC fighter, Emily Whitmire, in her power slap debut, and she's ready to make it 2 for 2 against VanZant. The hometown girl, sure to have plenty of support here in Vegas. VeChain Power Slap 12, Quinones versus Bordeaux 2 is presented by Monster Energy. Unleash the Beast. Another beautiful night here in the fight capital of the world. Paige VanZant told us she has something special in store for us tonight. Don't know exactly what it is, but we may get to see it early as she won the coin toss and will strike first. In Michael Michelle Brown's world, perfect isn't given, it's earned, and she plans on earning her share by handing former UFC star Paige VanZant her first power slap loss in emphatic fashion.
A combat sports star across several disciplines, Paige VanZant may have found a permanent home in the world of power slap. And after 2 appearances on the stage in 2024, 12 Gauge wants to begin her 2025 campaign by keeping her unbeaten record intact against rising star Michael Michelle Brown.
I'm the newcomer in the division, and I believe right now Paige is the face of the female division, and I think I'm here to take that from her.
I definitely believe I found a new home here in Power Slap. The energy from the crowd, the performance, and I just feel like the toughest of the tough come out and do Power Slap. It's not for everybody, but I know it's for me.
Many were surprised when former UFC star Paige VanZant made the move to Power Slap last year, but after a win over Christine Wilmoranz and a draw with Chelsea Dodson, it's clear that she not only made the right decision, but that she possibly has a championship with her name on it in the future.
I definitely have my eye on the title. I really want that Power Slap belt. I know I need to have a few more wins and a few more strong performances, but I'm definitely coming for it.
With some mixed martial arts experience of her own, including a one-punch knockout in an amateur bout here in Las Vegas, Michael Michelle Brown's power is obvious. And when she defeated UFC vet Emily Whitmire in December, she sent a loud message that she was ready for Paige VanZant.
Paige is going to realize she's in over her head when that first slap hits her, and if it doesn't take her out, she's not going to be looking forward to the next one.
Michael Michelle Brown came out smelling like a rose in her power slap debut against Emily Whitmire. She looks a little different than the last time we saw her. Her walkout song is Get It Sexy by Sexy Red, so she decided to go with the red hair. So she got the call for this fight, and once she did, she puts this walkout song on every morning and envisions knocking Paige VanZant out.
Yeah, and she's loving life ever since she made her power slap debut, of course, beating UFC veteran Emily Whitmire. Life has kind of changed. She's getting a lot of opportunities. Look at this guy with his dog. I mean, come on, of course. Dog slap it all day. Listen, Bobby Brown, Michelle Brown, pardon me. Yeah, her life has changed. She's getting endorsement deals, brand deals. She's even talking about maybe, she's hoping she wins a date with Theo Von. If she wins here tonight. She was on a podcast the other day saying that that's what she wants ultimately out of this. But she's going up against Paige VanZant. Paige VanZant, obviously, we all know the name. She's been around forever. But beating Emily Whitmire in her debut, I think that's going to be a big thing in terms of confidence, right? You go out there, you beat one UFC veteran, well, why can't you beat another?
She said she is most looking forward to after she beats Paige, saying that you lost to a waitress. And that's what she is hoping for. As you mentioned, she's done it to one former UFC fighter. She's looking to do it to another. She comes from a tough family. Her dad was a semi-pro hockey enforcer back in the day. A familiar face, 12-gauge Paige VanZant, just 30 years old. Had a good career in the UFC, went on Dancing with the Stars, finished second. Her husband, Austin Vanderford, recently won in his UFC debut, and she is now 2 matches into her power slap career. Paige says she's taken it a lot more seriously this time around, moving down to flyweight, which is a much more natural weight class.
Yeah, well, she came in, she won her debut against Christine Beaumont's. Kind of messed around a little bit. Last time out against Chelsea Dodson, who competed earlier tonight, she went to a draw. So she's like, hold on a minute, this isn't good for my brand. I'm supposed to come out here and beat these girls. So as you say, picked up the training and the intensity. Another thing also is that tonight, she'll be slapping with her right hand, because in the past, in her MMA career, she broke her arm several times. She didn't want to slap with the right hand because it might, might re-break. This time she's like, hold on, I'm right hand dominant. I'm way stronger with my right hand. Why wouldn't I throw my slap with my right? That's what we're gonna see tonight.
The Tail of the Tape brought to you by Estrella Jalisco, an authentic Cerveza Dorado and the official beer of Power Slap. VanZant, a big favorite, -310. She's 4 years older. And the younger Michael Michelle Brown, a +230 dog. Justin Bernard gets us started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is 3 rounds in the Power Slap Women's Flyweight Division and presented by Power Slap Mobile, the official online store of Power Slap. Introducing to you first in the blue corner, she stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 126 pounds. Out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Michael Michelle Brown. And in the red corner, she stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Out of Coconut Creek, Florida, 12-gauge Paige VanZant. And when the action begins, the referee in charge, Carrie Hatley. Winner of the coin toss and striking first, Paige VanZant.
Tonight's blue corner fighters brought to you by Dios Azul Tequila. Embrace the spirit.
All right, ladies, here we go. Okay, blue, let's get set. Slightly touching.
Michael Michelle Brown will receive first. The favorite Paige VanZant strikes first.
Right there. Okay, red has won the toss, hand and count.
Right on 3.
First time
on 3,
we're seeing VanZant using the right hand, as you alluded to.
Yeah, we have seen tonight, though, a couple of times. People have hurt their arms, hurt their hands. Be careful, Paige.
2.
Yeah, no problem there. Fair blow, just a little slap. Brown took it, no problem.
Here we go, Red.
Just a little feather dust, mostly fingers.
Just a little tickle.
Yeah.
With the fingers there. So really get in there.
Didn't get the meat of the palm on there.
Put their hand on there, slap him like you mean it.
The youngster, the 26-year-old Michael Michelle Brown, and if you're wondering what's up with Michael Michelle, well, her parents wanted a boy and were expecting a boy, so they had the name Michael ready. They had to just tag on Michelle once they had a girl.
I think Michael's a tremendous name.
I'll bet you do.
Hand and count.
Right on 1.
Yeah, her dad was a bit of a crazy guy by all accounts. I think a bit of that has passed down.
I agree to her.
Michael Michelle Brown, just a little bit. Went to a decision last time against Whitmire. Gonna lean into it. That was a good shot.
Did she just tickle her nose before she slapped her?
Who, VanZant?
I think Michelle Brown just tapped her nose. Am I on crack?
Well, you might be on crack.
I might.
She tickled her nose with a slap.
I thought she touched her nose when she was pulling back. Maybe I'm seeing things.
Yeah, so Michelle Brown takes round 1 in my opinion. Just a way better slap, if I'm honest. I think everybody agrees. Yes, Paige VanZant took it well. Straight away waved and said nah, big smile, etc. But it was a better slap.
A little bit more. Right there. Stay. Yeah. Move it up. Okay, stay right there. Don't move.
Seemed like Paige was just a little bit out of range, as we said. Just kind of tickled her with the fingers. Gotta get in now. Get that entirety of the hand.
You got a little face.
Just crack him in the jaw.
1, 2.
Oh, that's better.
Significantly better from VanZant.
That's better. That's more like it. You can hear the impact.
Yeah, put your body into it just like you were back there in the back. Right then, that was all.
Here we go, Red.
Oh, yeah, that was juicy.
That was good. That was better. But Brown, she has got a chin.
This is what I'm talking about.
Let's have a look.
Look what she does here. Oh, she pulls the back.
Here we go, Red.
Oh, I thought she touched her nose.
What are you talking about?
I'm getting some information that is inaccurate.
You must be on crack.
I am. Too many monsters. I'm hyped up and seeing things tonight.
Okay, Blue, handed count starting.
Right hand on 1.
Right hand on 1. Right hand on 1. There's your measure.
So the placement.
Oh, there it is. It almost looks. That's what I was seeing. Okay, I think I might give VanZant that second round.
And I think I agree, yeah.
So that would mean we would be tied.
1 apiece going into round 3. Oh. I hate to say it. I mean, we look here, it's good technique. I mean, the feet hardly move whatsoever. The placement's really nice. Just the power. The power wasn't there. Paige took it well. I mean, she's no stranger. Years and years in mixed martial arts.
Starting round 3, ladies. Starting round 3.
Let's see if 12 gauge can land a big one here.
Come on, girls.
Right there. Stay right there.
Let's get a knockout. Let's give the people what they paid to see.
Okay, right hand on 3.
All right, all tied up on your scorecard, Michael.
Yep, 1 apiece.
1, 2.
Probably the best match. Best shot of the match for Paige.
It was a really good shot. There was a lot of impact there. Brown's just straight away. I love it. You don't love it.
I don't know. She might. She might love it.
She probably does.
You mentioned it. Her father was an enforcer in semi-pro hockey. She once told us that they actually got in a fight together.
Yeah. Sounds like the house I grew up in. I got into a few fights. Alongside my father.
Your old man?
Yeah, why not? Let's be honest.
God bless you.
Here we go, Red. Here we go, Red. With your hand this time. You put your body into it that time, but you hit it with the fingertips. Hit it with your hand and put one good smack on it.
That left side of the face is really taking a pounding for Michelle Brown. And she got some good coaching from Wolverine, one of the best in the business.
Right on 1.
Going on 1. Going on 1.
Must be a nice feeling for Brown. She knows she's not going to take another slap. Big smile on her face. Paige VanZant also smiling, but hold on. Oh, there it is. Pulls it back. Boom.
Wow. This is so tight, bro.
It really is.
We could have a sudden victory round.
So bad.
Oh, no.
Is there going to be another one?
You would need a 10-8. We would need generally a point deduction, which we haven't seen.
Yeah, if you ask me, Paige VanZant got off to a slow start, but she won rounds 2 and 3. That one there from Brown, not the best placement, a little bit high, kind of grazed through the eyes as well. She does a good job, excellent technique. As I said before, the feet don't move. does a good job of using all of her body to rotate whilst keeping the feet planted. Placement was a little off, a little bit high, didn't do any damage either.
Good job.
If you ask me, I think Paige VanZant wins this one 29-28, although it was very close, so you never know.
You went right. You threw me off.
But Bobby, I keep saying Bobby Brown, Michelle Brown puts on a really, really good show.
I
Look
thought
at this.
both of them were outstanding. Now for the official decision brought to you by VeChain, the crypto token partner of Power Slap. Here's Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, 12 gauge, Paige VanZant.
I'm here with the winner, Paige VanZant. Paige, you told me you were coming into this more motivated than ever. How good does it feel to get that win?
It feels incredible. Honestly, the win feels good. Not flinching and not fouling. I was training a lot for that. And I switched to my right hand. I think I'm gonna go back to my left. I think my left is more powerful.
Do you? Because your right hand is your dominant hand, so that's interesting.
Yeah, my right's my dominant, but I've had 4 surgeries on it. So now I think, you know what, my left's more powerful. I'm gonna go back to the left for the next one.
Well, another switch you made for this one, you dropped down to 125. Did you feel much better at this weight?
Absolutely. This is like what my body and my physique is meant to compete at. I'm a true 25er. I came in underweight at 35 quite a bit. So yeah, 25 is where I belong. And hey, Dana, where's that 25 belt, baby?
That's what I was gonna ask you next. I know that you're vying for a belt. That would be the next thing to really accomplish here. How quickly do you wanna get back in action? And you know, if Dana's listening, maybe there's a belt sooner rather than later.
Hey, put me on the next card. Let's get some women's belts for all of us. Jackie needs a belt. I need a belt. We're here to stay. We're here to knock bitches out and slap people all day.
Well, congratulations, Paige. Job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, still unbeaten in Power Slap, your winner, Paige VanZant.
That post-fight interview brought to you by 10X Health, Precision Nutrition Wellness. Go to 10xnutrition.com. We're here to knock bitches out all day. Getting a little love from her husband, Austin Vanderford, who is now in the UFC. And Paige VanZant really getting into this Power Slap thing as she goes over to talk to Jackie Cataline, Theo Vaughn, Bert Kreischer, 2 of the biggest comedians in the world are in the house here tonight. Colby Covington, top 10 UFC welterweight, just doing his Colby thing. Yair Rodriguez, number 5 in the featherweight division. And how about this?
Oh,
Chuck Liddell,
the Iceman,
the Hall of Famer here as well. And of course, Max Crosby, fresh off that brand new contract. The highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL is here as well. Charlie back with us with more on our lightweight title matchup in the co-main event. Charlie.
Dan, thank you so much. Yeah, we have seen Robert Trujillo, the coach, as of recently, but it has been more than a year since we have seen Robert Trujillo, the competitor, maybe why the real deal struggled in the manner that he did yesterday to make weight. He did pull it off, though, and now he is ready to be the first owner of that brand new lightweight title as he goes for his 4th straight KO. But Dakota McGregor has been training with laser focus because for him, winning is the only option. Aside from hitting the bob, he trains in jiu-jitsu 3 times a week and throws in some boxing. The Maritime Menace says Trujillo has a good chin and is very accurate, but listen to this, has never been hit in the manner McGregor plans on unleashing tonight in his quest to become champion. Dan, back to you.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. Big one coming up on Saturday. Alex Pereira defending his light heavyweight title against Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. And Justin Gaethje faces Rafael Fiziev in a rematch of their epic battle 2 years ago. Get those pay-per-view orders in now. This top 10 welterweight striker rankings brought to you by Dios Azul Tequila. Embrace the spirit. This is the first ever title fight, and it's between the #1 contender, Robert Trujillo, and Dakota McGregor. Tonight's betting odds brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. And it is Trujillo, a #1 ranked title contender, as the -165 favorite. A Power Slap lightweight champion will be crowned tonight here in Vegas, and Robert Trujillo and Dakota McGregor are the contenders vying to make history in 5 rounds or less.
I've been waiting for this lightweight championship since I first started. You know, I came in here and I showed Dana and Frank that just because we're smaller guys, you know, we still pack as much power as even the super heavyweights.
Oh, he got him.
He's down.
I got the call. I was ecstatic, you know. The first ever lightweight champion, the first Canadian champion in Power Slap. I'm out here making history, things I thought I would never do. And it's just a dream come true, right? I can't wait to get up there and slap someone's soul out of their body. It's been too long.
I think it's been hard for them to get me a legit opponent because fear is a big factor in this sport, and I feel like a lot of guys do fear me, you know, especially after I knocked out Joe Scott. No one else has ever even budged the guy, and I knocked him out pretty cold.
He's out! He is unconscious!
I think a lot of these guys see that it's just a repeated pattern of me putting these guys in the dirt, and it puts a little fear in them.
So Robert says he's seen fear in his opponent's eyes before. I can almost guarantee you this time it's going to be the opposite way around.
Come on. For you, Dana. That's for you. Wow. McGregor's here. Wow. McGregor's here.
Hey, if there's people out there that don't want to fight him, that's why they brought me in. I'm just here to take everything he's worked for. I'm gonna all them plans up. I'm gonna ruin everything. I'm gonna take that belt home with me to Canada where it belongs. The first ever lightweight champ is here.
I've been building this division myself, you know. I feel like this is already my division. I don't feel like anyone wants that belt more than me. Knowing I finally got a match, I have all this built-up tension I'm ready to go release in this guy's face.
There's no way Robert Trujillo's stopping me. Just because McGregor's here, I'm taking the over. I know I'm the best. I know I'm gonna win.
Dakota, it's been a long time coming, but once I get up there, I know it's kill or be killed, and I'm not about to be anyone's meal. I'm gonna be out there holding that belt up high.
The Maritime Menace, Dakota McGregor, coming in 2-0. Both of those wins, second-round knockouts over Riley Montoya and Ivan Hernandez. He was supposed to be on the December card, but his tonsils swelled up and he had to pull out. This is his first fight in front of this type of crowd. Grew up on tiny Prince Edward Island in Canada, playing all kinds of sports. Now works as a full-time carpenter. This guy has been through a ton in life.
Yeah, that's right. Sadly, when he was 6 years old, his father committed suicide. His mom left. He had a bunch of drug problems. Was raised by his grandmother. She passed away. His sister passed away. So, you know, I mean, a lot of personal problems and just hardship in his life. But the fact that he's still here to this day is a testament to him. And also, he thanks Robert Trujillo for giving him this opportunity. The reality is he earned it. When he knocked out Ivan Hernandez on season 3, he got knocked down, it was bad, but then he got up and he floored him with what Dana called the cleanest slap he has ever seen.
The real deal, Robert Trujillo, 32 years old from tiny Raton, New Mexico, coming in with a 4-1 power slap record, riding a streak of 4 straight wins. He's a power slap original and a legit professional MMA fighter with a 5-1 record. He hasn't had a fight in MMA or power slap in over a year. Been focusing on his 2 kids and training. He's coached in a couple of power slap events, but he's really been waiting for this moment. He's been waiting for the lightweight title to be on the line. He's here, and he believes he will deliver.
Yeah, I mean, he lost his debut. Since then, he's knocked everybody out. You know, Jules Scott, Paul Teague, Anthony Green, last time, Dallas Moran. He has real knockout power. And that's because of the way that he trains, as we've mentioned all the time. 6-1 in professional mixed martial arts. The goal is still to fight for the UFC one day, and he's trying to use this as a platform. The only thing that's been holding him back is his strength of schedule. Only 1 match in 24, 2 in 23. You know, you got to be busy, you got to be more active. And now, of course, he's fighting for the inaugural lightweight strap. If he becomes the champ, he'll become a big star. He might have to defend the belt multiple times. And who knows, maybe it will be the first time we see somebody go from the power slap league to the UFC. But right now he's got his hands full with Dakota McGregor, and he's going to focus on the task at hand.
From the end of 2022, he's been absolutely dominant. As you mentioned, all 4 of those wins by knockout in the first or second round. Tail the Tape brought to you by Estrella Jalisco, an authentic cerveza dorado and the official beer of Power Slap. Dakota McGregor is significantly taller at 6'1", also has a healthy reach advantage as well, but he comes in as the plus 125 underdog to the #1 contender, Robert Trujillo. Here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening, set for 5 rounds, all for the inaugural Power Slap Lightweight Championship of the World, presented by Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. Our judges stateside are Mike Bell, Adelaide Bird, and Junichiro Kamijo. Introducing first in the blue corner, he stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 154 1/2 pounds. Out of Sudhi, Prince Edward Island, Canada, he is a #3 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Dakota, the Maritime Menace, McGregor. And in the red corner, he stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 154 1/2 pounds. Out of Raton, New Mexico, he is a #1 ranked lightweight champion of the world, Robert the Real Deal Trujillo. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Jason Herzog. Winner of the coin toss and striking first, Dakota McGregor.
Sign up to the code Crypto.com app with the code POWER and make a single purchase of $50 or more.
Get you here, sir.
All right, so it's the dog striking first, Dakota McGregor. We've seen the power. Let's see if he can bring it here against Trujillo.
Right on 3 with a measure.
Yeah, Dakota McGregor's really impressed me. That match that he had against Hernandez, it looked like he was done. Then he gets the knockout. That was a good shot. The chin on Trujillo. I mean, look at the size of the jaw on the man.
Yeah, he's chirping a little bit too, as Trujillo said it was a little high.
Definitely high. No doubt about that.
Well, McGregor is, of course, swinging down. He has about a 5-6 inch height advantage.
Kind of chopped him a little bit, just manipulated the angle of the palm.
You ready here? You're set? Which hand? Right
Trujillo
That's your measure. Right on 3. Right
has put on a ton of muscle as well.
And he's had 3 first-round knockouts in a row. And McGregor flinched badly there. If they don't call that...
Review!
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking a look at it, Bisping.
You don't need to review it. I'm telling you right now, there was a flinch, there was a dump, there was a tense, there was almost... He almost went...
Keep that foot still.
Look.
Give him another one.
Fair blow.
Wait, hey.
So it was one of those where he moved the body but not the head a whole lot, but Jason Herzog has given him a stern warning about that.
Right, well, he got very, very lucky. That's all I'll say.
Right on 3. That's your measure.
Here we go, round 2. Remember, this is a 5-round fight.
Big wind-up from McGregor. Just whips it straight through. And Trujillo just smiles.
He just shrugs it off. That was a solid shot from Dakota McGregor.
It was a really nice shot, perfect placement, and he wound it all the way back. Really used all of his leverage. Straight through, going right through the target like you're supposed to. But Robert Trujillo just stood there, took it, no problem whatsoever.
Are you set there? You set, stand by. Which hand, what count?
Trujillo really wearing that on the left side of his face.
A lot of swelling there. Now, McGregor's got to be careful. Don't look at the jaw going.
Shaking.
Shaking and baking. And going two. Not quite asleep, but he went down. Take your time. And he's up.
Brilliant, brilliant coaching by Wolverine, who made him stay down.
Fantastic coaching, but the whole time, it was very intimidating. Robert Trujillo just staring him down.
Tonight's Recovery of the Night brought to you by Slate Milk. Fuel up with Slate's delicious high-protein drink. Slate makes you strong. And here he is, taking his time. Look at Wolverine coaching him up as well.
Yeah, it's perfect, because if he stood up right there, this match would be over.
Just keep it going. Put your feet in a little closer.
What hand and what count? Right on 3. Right on 3.
Trujillo sits him down. Let's see if McGregor can answer.
Look at the shoulders of Trujillo, all kind of shelled up, but they're not supposed to do that. Good shot.
McGregor's connected on good ones, and you know what's funny? He's turtling up more than anybody we've seen tonight.
Yep. But hey, listen, it's not his fault. If he gets away with it.
I wholeheartedly agree.
It's a really nice slap, but you're right, and he kind of leaned into it a little bit. Not an egregious flinch, but it was there nonetheless. As was the power. That was a really good shot from Dakota McGregor. But the chin, the jaw, the flinching, whatever you want to call it, the experience, toughness, all on the side of Robert Trujillo. Now, the big question is this the one? Does Dakota McGregor go to sleep right now? What do you think? I say yes. This is the end.
Using the table to prop him up. Don't. 2 consecutive shots where he just got rocked. Oh my God, Trujillo's dropping the hammer.
He bumped into Forrest Griffin though.
I think the whole...
Yeah, he was all over the place. He didn't know what day it was. Now listen, I was wrong. He's gonna make it to round 4. But I predict, I'm sorry, buddy, if you're watching this by Dakota McGregor, and I'm wrong, I apologize. And to any McGregor fans out there listening to this, I'm just saying, I think he's gonna go to sleep next round.
Well, he's been landing great shots, but Trujillo's just been eating them up like they're snack cakes.
There's been no damage done on the side of McGregor, whereas Trujillo's nearly buried him every single time. That's a good shot.
They've all been good shots from McGregor, but Trujillo has a chin of steel.
Okay, $20. Dakota's going to go to sleep right now. Oh, Joe Bat says he's with me. I just, like, he's been hurt so many times in a row.
Well, he's been rocked twice.
Do you want to take the bet?
No, I don't want to take the bet. I'm agreeing with you.
You are a pussy.
Oh, really? Get your ass up there to the power slap table.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to.
I know you would.
Hey, listen. Dakota McGregor is as tough as they come. And if anyone can prove me wrong, it's him. But as I said, rounds 2, 3, and 4 getting hurt. Let's see. Okay.
Right, you owe me $20.
Yeah. If you were a man, you'd be $20 richer right now.
Right. Well, he survived.
Rubbing his racing. Calm down.
And as much as we're talking about Trujillo's chin, the fact that Dakota McGregor is still standing and still striking is a modern-day miracle after what he went through.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I know I was getting a little bit silly there, and it seems disrespectful, but the reality was, in 2 and 3, he looked like he was done. So the question is it the side on Robert Trujillo? Is he also starting to fade? I mean, of course, he's taking shots. He's taking damage as well. You see a bit of swelling and redness on the side of Trujillo. You can see redness on the side of McGregor.
Make sure you're fair. Yeah. Right on what?
All right, round 5, the final round. He is down huge, needs a knockout here, does McGregor. Trujillo with the little kiss.
Yeah, but you can see Trujillo, obviously he's very nervous, he's worried, like the jaw's quivering, the lips are quivering, but then he takes it and he's like, oh, that wasn't too bad. It's always the anticipation is the worst thing.
Trujillo getting the USA chance against the Canadian McGregor.
You got time.
Wow.
At 20, make him come in. At 20.
And Trujillo knows he has this one in the bag. I'm going to be very interested to see how he approaches this 5th and final slap of the match.
He's going to look for the knockout. Trujillo has won his last 4 in a row. Put them all to sleep in the 1st or the 2nd round. You want to be the champ, but you want to get it done by knockout.
Oh, another big one that stuns him. The table saves McGregor. A couple of warriors here showing their respect.
McGregor still doesn't know what day it is.
You're probably right.
Trujillo went in for the hug and the handshake a little too soon. But all class.
100%. Both of these guys, what an absolute battle this was. And let's not forget, for Dakota McGregor, his first fight in front of a crowd, his first match of this magnitude, and it's going to result in his first loss in a title fight. He'll be back.
He's the only person that Trujillo hasn't beaten by a knockout. And he did some damage. He busted up the face of Robert Trujillo. He's going to lose a lopsided decision. There's no shame in that. He showed and proved his toughness. He showed that he's a competitor. He's done that in the past. Took some damage, landed some good shots. And he still thinks he's got it. God bless him.
So if it doesn't affect where he's landing, let it go. Yeah.
What a fight.
But it's just a formality. Robert Trujillo will be the first, the only power slap lightweight champion. The inaugural.
Well, he said he wants to be a 2-division champion, does Robert Trujillo. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be next in line, because it's taken a while for Power Slap to fill out this lightweight division. Robert Trujillo's been here from the very beginning, but they haven't had enough guys to compete with him. McGregor, the first to step to the table in a title fight, doing just that against Robert Trujillo. The official decision brought to you by VeChain, the crypto token partner of Power Slap. Here's Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 50-43, 50-44, and 49-45 for the winner by unanimous decision, a new Power Slap lightweight champion of the world,
I'm here with the winner and the first ever Power Slap lightweight champion, Robert Trujillo. I'm not sure, are these tears in your eyes because of emotion, or are you just a little shaken up from this one?
No, it's a ton of emotion. I've been working on this shit forever. To finally have it, it's crazy.
We didn't see the normal knockout that we're accustomed to seeing from you, but you had a dominant performance, and it's not only about your offense. I mean, your chin is as strong as they come. How would you evaluate your performance?
I tell everyone in this sport, it's all about the chin. Anyone could knock someone out, but if you ain't got a chin, you ain't gonna survive in this sport. And Dakota is a fucking gangster. I've never hit anyone as hard as I hit him, and I put them all to sleep, and that motherfucker took 5 hits from me. He's a fucking gangster. Much love and respect, Dakota.
A very impressive match all the way around, but now here you are, belt around your waist. I'm sure that feels nice. So when's the first title defense? How quickly you want to get back to action to prove exactly what you are made of?
I want to get back to action, but not to defend this. I want to go up to 170 and take that 170 bout. You know, I see Blackburn's out here. I walk around pretty heavy. I'm about 169 right now, so I want to move up and hold both these bouts.
So you got Anthony Blackburn on your mind?
Yeah, I got Blackburn on my mind. I just don't think no one in the 155 class has anything for me. Dakota was the best they could throw at me, and he was a fucking gangster, but no one will touch that.
Congratulations, amazing job, and here you are, champion, and I know that feels good. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Robert Trujillo, and the first ever Power Slap lightweight champion.
That post-fight interview brought to you by 10X Health, Precision Nutrition Wellness. Go to 10xnutrition.com. And Trujillo already talking about what he told us. He wants to be a 2-division Power Slap champion, calling out Anthony Blackburn, who is here in the crowd. But it has been a long time coming for Robert Trujillo, and he finally leaves with that belt around his waist. Tonight's Locker Room Cam brought to you by Wolfpack.com, which offers high-performance customizable bags, backpacks designed for those making their mark. Shop now at Wolfpack.com. With one title defense already in the books, the Puerto Rican pretty boy, Isaiah Quinones, will be unfazed as he makes another championship walk, now riding a streak of 4 straight wins by knockout, and he's expecting another one tonight. Brandon Bordeaux felt that power in their last title fight and says this time around he is ready to rewrite the ending. It's the Butcher and the Puerto Rican pretty boy coming up. Another beautiful night here in Las Vegas, and this is the place to be. VeChain Power Slap 12, Quinones versus Bordeaux 2, presented by Monster Energy. Unleash the Beast. And here comes the Power Slap table once again for our final fight of the evening. It is the main event. Isaiah Quinones and Brandon Bordeaux. It's Quinones, the -185 favorite. Winner of 4 in a row, Isaiah Quinones' 4th victory in that stretch was the biggest as he held off a furious charge from Brandon Bordeaux to retain his middleweight title. Tonight, they meet again. And here we go. Quinones, the champ, set to receive from Brandon Bordeaux, who won the toss.
Second round shot that I took from Brandon Bordeaux. He got me right on the button. My shot in round 2, I knew I was gonna get him clean. I knew I was gonna knock him out. It feels great to be champion. I mean, I feel like I proved why I'm the champion. I already defended my belt 3 weeks after getting it out in Abu Dhabi against John Davis, and now I'm here to defend it again. I've gone up against people who haven't been knocked out, people who haven't been knocked down, people with no losses, and I've taken all of those from them. My chin is solid. I know I'm gonna be 100%, and I'm ready for this match. I expect Brandon to come after me with all he has, especially because I know he wants this belt, but I'm sorry, Brandon, I'm gonna keep stopping you from getting this belt.
I've always said, you know, through adulthood, I know who I am, I know what I'm capable of, I just need an opportunity. Power Slap gave me that opportunity, and I'm capitalizing on it. The work that I've put in has been showing in between every fight, and I've gotten better and better each time, and I plan on being much better again tonight. I'm glad we're running this rematch back. Everybody in that arena that night, everybody watching, Knew that there was no way in hell Isaiah was taking one more shot from me, and they saved him by stopping that fight. It makes me more dangerous because it makes me more motivated. And the more motivation you give me, the harder I keep working, the better I'm gonna be, and I'm coming to take everything.
I wanted to take the rematch right away because he's been the only person to challenge me in the middleweight division. Brandon had his chance last time. Now I'm gonna show him what it's like to have me at 100%.
I'm gonna show the Power Slap universe that I'm gonna go out there and finish a job. I'm gonna finish what I was doing on December 6th. His head is the only thing standing between me and a world title, and I plan on taking his head clean off.
The Butcher is all business. Started training 2 days after his last title fight and took 2 months away from his mobile slaughtering business, turning it all over to his brother so he could focus solely on preparing for tonight. He's been working with Anthony Blackburn's trainer, doing all movement-specific training that has to do with rotation and slapping, and he has never felt better. Looked great, absolutely shredded at weigh-ins.
Yeah, absolutely ripped, and that's because he's been training ever since the last matchup. He found out about this a few days after he lost the last one, and that's because there was a lot of controversy. He really hurt Quinones with the first slap. Wobbled him, hurt him, put him down, and because of that, it gives him a lot of confidence. He says, I know I can hurt him, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, and this time I'm gonna finish what I started. Now we all know what happened. Quinones dropped him, he got up, he showed a lot of heart, and he was up by the time the referee counted to 3, but then he stumbled. He said he caught his foot on the canvas. You know, maybe he did, maybe he was legitimately wobbled. Either way, he was counted out, and he refuses to be that this time. He has done nothing but train, as you mentioned, put the mobile slaughtering business on hold. Hasn't stopped him from talking a little trash though and messing around, cutting out people's animals' hearts on social media and squeezing them and eating them. Yeah, he's revved up and ready for this one.
And how about the kicks? He's a big shoe guy, and he said he's changing it up this time.
They're terrible.
These are the Cactus Plant Flea Market Pure Platinum Nike Dunks. That is a mouthful. And Brandon Bordeaux could not be more ready, nor could he be more excited for this moment here tonight. They are bedazzled, Bisping.
I can see you in a pair of those, Dan. Now, last time he said it was the chunky donkeys, but he claimed that his foot caught the canvas. Maybe they were too chunky. Regardless, he looks in phenomenal shape here.
The champ, the Puerto Rican pretty boy, Isaiah Quinones, defended his title on 3 weeks' notice last time, and he's well aware that Bordeaux thought it was an early stoppage. He wants to leave no doubt this time. Unlike Bordeaux, he is still going to work every day. He's one of the strongest engineers that you're ever going to meet. Works at a vertical takeoff company called Supernal in California. Full-time job, full-time training, doing a lot of it with a Major League Baseball coach.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, baseball, you're throwing a ball or swinging a bat, and there's a lot of similarities. There was a slapper on earlier that we talked about, was a tennis player. A lot of similarities there. The reality is this man is very switched on, very intelligent. You mentioned the engineering job that he has, and he's on an absolute tear. 5 wins in a row. This will be his second successful title defense if he gets the job done tonight. But the reality is, he was dropped in the first match against Bordeaux. And because of that, he said he's been working on his defense a lot. He's worked his neck muscles, his traps, his jaw. He's been training at Gold's Gym, enlisted the help of a Major League Baseball coach, as you mentioned as well. So he's really just done everything he can to go to that next level, wants to continue to dominate in 2025 and potentially next year move up to heavyweight.
Well, he's a big guy. He has crazy strength. He's always been one of the stronger middleweights in the division. And these two are friends. They know each other. As you mentioned, they've talked a little smack to each other. Bordeaux sending a video of him with a heart that he has pulled out of a pig or something. I mean, there's some crazy stuff going on between these two guys.
These are two of the nicer guys. You know, they're really nice, they're switched on, they've got a good sense of humor, they're brilliant slappers.
Very likable gentlemen. The Tale of the Tape brought to you by Estrella Jalisco, an authentic Cerveza Dorado, and the official beer of Power Slap. Quinones, the -185 favorite, is 1 year older. It is the height advantage that belongs to Brandon Bordeaux, the reach advantage as well. Here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dallas Hahn, and Executive Director Jeff Mullen. Our judges stateside are Mike Bell, Sal Diamato, and Chris Migliore. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. This is VeChain Power Slap 12. Quinones versus Bordeaux 2. Presented by Monster Energy. Unleash the Beast. And for the first time ever, live and free across the globe on YouTube. This match is 5 rounds for the Power Slap Middleweight Championship of the World. And presented by VeChain, the official crypto token partner of Power Slap. Introducing to you first in the blue corner, he stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 183.5 pounds. Out of Fremont, Michigan, he is a number 2 ranked middleweight contender in the world. Brandon the Butcher Bordeaux. And in the red corner, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 184.5 pounds. Out of Palmdale, California, he is the undisputed Power Slap middleweight champion of the world, Isaiah, the Puerto Rican pretty boy, Quinones. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mark Smith, winner of the coin toss, and striking first, Isaiah Quinones.
Here we go. Our main event for the middleweight title. And the champ gets first lick.
The champ goes first. It's worth pointing out he's never knocked anybody out in one shot. Said he's confident this time in getting it done with just the one. Look at Bordeaux. That wasn't the best slap. Wasn't the best positioning. Didn't really have much impact.
He was a little high.
He was definitely a little high. He kind of skimmed off him a little bit. It was a weird placement. He kind of almost like a palm. See a bit of blood on the nose as well of Bordeaux.
And Bordeaux saying to him after the shot,
They look clean.
doctor, come over and take a look. Cut man. Looking at Bordeaux right now.
Yeah, I mean, there shouldn't be any kind of cause for concern. They're slapping each other in the face. You're going to see a bit of blood here and there. However, the way that he threw it, you can see a solid bruising there. Oh, see the blood just pour out there? It just spurted out. I think his nose might be broken. I've never seen blood shoot out of a nose like that before. That was like a water pistol.
It stopped for a minute and then,
yeah.
Can we not put super glue on? No.
I think his nose is broken. I mean, you can see it there.
Let's just go with it.
He snapped his nose.
All right, here they go.
You got it. You ready?
Let's take a look. Yeah, so the palm. You see the nose kind of ricocheting around, bouncing all over the place.
All right, right on one. Butcher looking to carve him up here in the first.
Yeah, I mean, if we were scoring on damage, Quinones takes that round. Oh! Sits the champ down. Hold on, he's up. He's done. It's good. That's it.
That's it. The Butcher does it. We have a new middleweight champion of the world.
Unbelievable. Gets his nose broken in the very first round. And then one shot is all it takes. Sits him down. Quinones gets back to the feet, but just wasn't enough.
Brandon Bordeaux had tears coming out, tears of joy. He was so elated.
I saw him yesterday at the weigh-ins. I said, you look in phenomenal shape. He said, yeah, I'm telling you, Mike, one and done. And he was right.
He lived up to his promise. I would not have guessed. Tonight's Monster Knockouts brought to you by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast, and the Butcher did just that.
Straight through. I mean, that's as good as a slap as you're ever gonna see. Quinones just hits the canvas, and you can see the look in his eyes. He doesn't know where he is. Look at the eyes rolling back there. You can just about see it. If you see the wide shot, you can just see he doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, this is a good angle.
Ooh.
Crunched, mushed.
I know.
Torpedoed.
Quinones down and not quite out, but he might as well be.
So here's the thing. This is what I'm going to ask you, Biscuit. If Wolverine had been in his corner and said, don't get up, don't get up, don't get up, and he takes a knee and waits 10 seconds or 8 seconds,
yeah,
does he survive that?
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? However, he definitely, it's crazy. He did the exact same thing that Bordeaux did in the first match. He rushed to his feet too quickly,
right?
Stumbled and lost the bout. And then in the rematch, exact same thing on the other side.
Incredible. Incredible for Brandon Bordeaux. Now the official decision brought to you by VeChain, the crypto token partner of Power Slap. Here's Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the match in round number 1. Declaring the winner by TKO and new Power Slap middleweight champion of the world, Brandon the Butcher
The winner and the new middleweight champion, Brandon Bordeaux. I mean, I can see the emotions are high right now. Tell me what's on your mind.
I'm just extremely grateful to be in the position that I'm in. I've worked my ass off to get to this point. I'm not one of these people who just come and try to roll off the couch and do this shit. You can see match to match how much better that I've gotten, how much work that I've put in. I'm just extremely thankful for this moment. All the kids that I coach back home, all the people back home, all my family and friends that are here with me tonight, all my sponsors, I love you guys all so much.
What an extraordinary performance. I mean, first of all, you told us this week it was going to be one and done. You made good on your word. But in the manner that it happened, with your nose realistically getting broken minutes before, and then you come out landing that ridiculous slap.
Yeah, you just got to be resilient, you know? I knew with that shit in December, when that all happened, I knew who the real champion was then, and I came out here and solidified that shit now. And thank you to Isaiah for the shit that he's done as well. And now we just set up the biggest trilogy to ever take place, or the first trilogy, and the biggest match to ever take place in Power Slap.
So you want to run it back again?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I want the best in this fucking division. And in my opinion, me and Isaiah are levels above everybody in this division. I want that trilogy. I want the biggest match in Power Slap history. Let's do it again.
Well, Brandon, you keep saying every time we see you, you're an even better improved version of yourself. So I have no doubt next time we will see you take it even a step above this. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by knockout and the new middleweight champion, Brandon Bordeaux.
That post-fight interview was brought to you by 10X Health, Precision Nutrition Wellness. Go to 10xnutrition.com. Two new champions crowned tonight. The Butcher, Brandon Bordeaux, stepped away from his mobile slaughtering business for 2 months to focus purely on training, and certainly it paid dividends.
That post-fight interview was brought to you by nothing but pure emotion. I'm telling you, I mean, we saw the tears, but when you've been through this, when you've worked so hard to build yourself to this moment, and then of course, I think he got his nose broken in the first round. That's certainly what it looked like. The blood was spurting out. You know, the doctor was stepping in there, the cut man was looking, there was even, you know, he even thought about stopping it for a second, and then all it takes is one shot, and he sits him down in the exact same fashion of how he lost the last matchup. Just phenomenal.
What an impressive performance by the Butcher, Brandon Bordeaux. He said first round finish, and that's exactly what he delivered here at VeChain Power Slap 12. As we look at our champions, Dumpling, DeBell, Wolverine, Blackburn, and our two new ones who are crowned tonight, the Butcher, Brandon Bordeaux, and Robert the Real Deal Trujillo. Back with the Hall of Famer, Michael Bisping. What a night it was. From the prelims to the main card, only 3 underdogs winning tonight. And Brandon the Butcher Bordeaux was one of them in dramatic fashion with a first-round knockout.
No, just phenomenal from start to finish. We had some crazy finishes on the unearned side of things right at the start of the night. 2 new champions here tonight. A lot of action as always. The atmosphere in this building tonight, I'm telling you, it was incredible. The who's who of people, a lot of MMA royalty, a lot of celebrities here. Power Slap just gets bigger and bigger, and a lot of finishes. Should we take a look at some of the knockouts here tonight?
Should have a little time.
Let's have a look.
Real-time rewind here at the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. What a night it was.
Here we go. I mean, putting Wesley Drain to sleep. Put him down the drain.
I see what you did there. Here's one of the newbies.
Riley Montoya paying homage to Post Malone.
KO Chris is back.
He's back with a bang, as usual.
here is the Butcher, Brandon Bordeaux, our newest middleweight champion. And my guess, he's gonna get a poppy steak right here. Fountain blue and gonna order it medium rare, baby.
I went to Poppy Steak last time.
Did you?
I
did. A little pasta at Mother Wolf too, another one of my favorite spots.
Let's go there tonight.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, I'm in.
Come on.
I'm in. Thoughts from Power Slap 12. This has been a rocket ship ever since it launched. We've been here from the beginning. In 3 years, we're selling out places like the Fountain Blue. I don't know the exact number. Maybe it was 3,000, maybe it was 4,000, but I do know two of the biggest comedians on the planet, the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL.
Yes.
All kinds of social media influencers are here to watch this sport that didn't exist 5 years ago.
It is crazy to think about. You know, as you say, it didn't exist, and now look at this place. There's such a buzz. I mean, of course, it's UFC 313, right? It's a massive fight card, but a lot of the people now are getting excited. The Power Slap ticket is very, very hard to get hold of. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Of course, we're international now. We're in Saudi Arabia. We've been in Abu Dhabi. It's not going to be long before we're on the road again. And it's great to be a part of it with you, Dan.
Always, my man. It is a pleasure to be calling these with you, Michael Bisping, and many more to come. What a night it was. The Fountain Blue Las Vegas, always a tremendous host. An absolute pleasure to be here. A first-class operation. We have a couple of new champions. We had tremendous fights tonight. There's Bert Kreischer. Thank God he showed the belly. I knew I was going to miss something. Paige VanZant gets a big win as she improves to 2-0-1. And there's our new lightweight champion, Robert the Real Deal Trujillo. That was the co-main event. And then, of course, a new middleweight champion is crowned as well. The Butcher carves him up. Maybe we have a trilogy. Time will tell. For the Hall of Famer Michael Bisping, for Donovan Tarr and Zach Candido in the truck, I'm Dan Hellie. Thanks for watching, everybody.
When I tap into